Yo, what do you think the mindset of the guy was who invented dating apps? Like, dating apps have become something I feel like was not the intention of. Like, something tells me the dude who invented them, like, genuinely thought, oh yeah, this is how people are gonna find the love of their life. And boy, would he be sadly mistaken. Because dating apps seem like a big ass just lust factory. Like, nothing but just people trying to get freaky. And I'll be the first to say I've had no success. Maybe that's where the hate comes from. But also, I feel like just the type of person I am. I know this is cliche, but I feel like I'm more authentic than the average person. So I would not benefit from something like Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, whatever you use. Heck, eHarmony or Grinder. Hey, we don't judge over here, man. But as I've gotten older and, as I've just developed, I've always just kind of liked talking to girls in person. Like I said in an earlier video, I hate texting. And that's what you have to do on a dating app once you match with somebody anyway. Because texting doesn't add any flavor to the conversation. Because the only two things more important than what is said is how they are said and who they are said by. And those don't have any real sauce over text. Like, for example, you can't really make certain jokes over text. Because jokes are about delivery. That is what makes the joke funny. There's a reason why Dave Chappelle can say something on a comedy stage and everyone just laughing their asses off, and then you can say the same thing at work and end up in HR. And that's not even the only thing. Even when it comes to like being smooth, like there's no form of tone over text, so the woman's just gonna interpret it how she deems it, or the guy. Even when it comes to like emojis, you can send an emoji to try and better understand what was being said, but it could still come off as corny. So yes, talking to girls in person has always been my thing. Even when I get a girl's number, I don't just text her to text her. Usually when I get a girl's number, I text her to set up a link. And I feel like that's way better, because especially if she's already heard me talk. That way she can get more of a vibe of how I'm saying the things I'm saying. Dating apps is nothing but pictures, maybe videos depending on how advanced it is. Like, for men and women who have dated multiple people, I feel like even seeing a picture of somebody, knowing what somebody looks like, and even knowing how they move is completely different from how they are in person. Heck, even how they talk online is different how they are in person. Like, I feel like tons of people have seen people on social media and expected them to be that way, and they were just a completely different person. That's how far away from a reality online is. Like, you genuinely have to hear, see, and watch somebody just talk for minutes, maybe even hours, to get a good actual read on how they are as a person. So if you're on a dating app and all a girl has seen is pictures of you and has texted you, bro, you might not get far depending on how she interprets you as a person. What if she detects you as a nerd because she sees you with glasses in one of your pictures? What if she thinks you're nerdy because you say you like anime, even though there's pro athletes that watch anime? Like, there's no way to really win depending on the situation. And that's why I think talking to a girl in person is just way better. Especially because it seems like most men don't even have that ability anymore. Like, most dudes just lack the confidence to walk up to a girl, get her number, and go from there. So I feel like when you're able to do it confidently, women like that a good amount. Heck, some dudes will be in the gym, see a girl who goes to that gym, and instead of going up and talking to her at the gym, follow her on social media. Now granted, I'm not the biggest fan of talking to girls at the gym, but I feel like following girls on social media instead of just talking to them in the gym is kind of setting yourself up for failure. Because it's kind of weird, let's be honest. Especially if she is well acquainted with you, in the sense of she sees you and she notices you. Maybe she finds you somewhat attractive. Maybe she even finds you super attractive. If a girl is really turned off by weird vibes, it's gonna screw your chances. But back to what I was saying earlier about the pictures, that is one of the things that I feel is hard. At least for me, as a guy who doesn't take a bunch of pictures of myself, I ain't got a good gallery of just pictures of me, especially new pictures. Because I change over time. I get bigger, stronger, more ripped, my hair changes, all the stuff that happens. So there might be an older picture that might be my best picture, and I might look way worse than that. But also, I'm not photogenic, so I'm not really good at setting up the camera and posing. My mom took a lot of pictures of me when I was a kid, and very recently, but my mom's camera is garbage. I don't know if it's because she has a Samsung, but So there's something wrong with that. And even all iPhones don't even take the best pictures. So that's no hate to the Android users. I rock with y'all heavy. Don't hate on me. But bro, your pictures are everything on social media because it is a looks game. If you don't look, bro, a girl, like I said, she doesn't know your personality, and everyone just puts stuff. Everyone puts that they go to the gym. Everyone puts that they like this show, that show. So because she can't see your personality through the screen, your pictures matter. Now, granted, there's online dating coaches who tell you to put certain pictures here, certain pictures there, have this picture, have that picture. I don't think you need to do all that. In my opinion, you really just need 3 really solid pictures of you doing like different things, maybe. If they're not all posed, just look like you enjoy life in a few of your pictures. And that's just to be able to get like some decent girls on there. And speaking of decent girls, I feel like those are always the ones that got away from me on them dating apps. Them actual like 7 out of 10s, maybe even like 8 out of 10s with them check marks. And those are the ones that are hard to, keep around. Especially because a lot of those girls be on there, quote unquote, just for fun. But most girls have way more options than dudes. Especially because dudes are more willing to settle. And they're more so looking for just a good time on there. A lot of the times. The dudes I know who use dating apps did that. So yeah, it's no hate to the women, but it seems like y'all got it way better than the men on there. But anyways, having pictures on there that are solid pictures, that are top tier pictures, considering that you're competing with a bunch of dudes, because let's be honest, there's probably more dudes on dating apps than there are girls as well. And the few girls only want like the top 10% of dudes on there. So yeah, that's the reality of, the dating apps in that aspect. If you are not attractive, you should probably not be on no dating app. Because like I said, that personality cannot be seen. But if you're anything like me, once upon a time when you had Tinder, Bumble, or Hinge, whichever one you had, if you had all 3 at the same time, you might need some help. Especially if they were active. But buying things like Tinder Plus, Bumble, the Bumble subscription, the Hinge, I ain't gonna promote them. But yeah, buying those things to like see who did like you, especially if you had like 5-6 likes, bro, always the biggest waste of money, because it'll always be nothing higher than a 5 who's likes your pics. And if it is like maybe a 6, maybe a 7, they're like super hard to get in contact with, or they want you to go to their link tree, if you know what I mean. Like, it's hard out here for a player. Now granted, some of y'all probably have nothing but success on dating apps. Some of y'all use dating apps, link up with girls, and all the above, whatever you put your mind to. And first of all, am I a hater? Yeah, I am. But more importantly, I feel like most Americans have came to a conclusion, most like logical thinking Americans have come to a conclusion that they are not gonna find their partner on Bumble, Tinder, Hinge. They're not gonna find their life soulmate on that. And I don't believe in soulmates, but you know what I'm trying to get at. They're not gonna find their wife or their husband on Tinder. So most people do use it for fun. So if you are on those dating apps expecting to find love, you should probably reconsider. Now, I'm not saying you can't find love on dating apps. Apparently, if you go on Reddit, there's plenty of people who found their, wife or husband of 10 plus years on those apps. So, where there's a will, there's a way. But then I feel like a lot of those relationships aren't the type of relationship that y'all like a little much. I feel like a lot of people who find their spouse on dating apps are probably medium ugly people, or they have hobbies of like, super similar interests. Like they just happen to come across each other on Tinder, whether it's anime, Comic-Con. Usually it's nerdy things that they really find in common. Sometimes it's the gym, but yeah, I've never really seen that. Maybe it's sports, but I've never seen that. Maybe it's something super professional like business, but I've also never seen that. And that's the point I'm trying to make. I feel like it's super rare to actually find something if you're looking for something meaningful on those apps. Now, if you're dating casually, hey, knock yourself out. But like I said, if you aren't up there in looks, you're better off meeting a girl at a place where y'all have similar interests, whether it's the gym, church, wherever, right? A lot of older people, especially, older married women, like to say that you're most likely either gonna meet your wife at the grocery store, at work, And then I forgot the other place. I think the other place is either like, I don't think it was church. But hey, you know, I'm getting lost in the sauce again, all right? I appreciate you for watching. Thanks for staying to the end if you stayed. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new, if you love the content. Hey, go check out some of my other stuff right there and right over there. One should be a subscribe button. One should be a video that best interests you. Appreciate you, like I said. Hey, stay safe. Deuce.